The Wannabe takes us inside the life of a couple during one of my favorite eras, John Gotti's Mafia Rule of New York. It's executive produced by Martin Scorsese and has a brilliant cast including Vincent Piazza, Nick Sandow, and Mihcael Imperioli, and we'll be speaking with all of them, as well as the celebrity guests including Jon Bon Jovi. Get ready for a great night behind the velvet rope. Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade. Vincent Piazza, you didn't get enough of playing a gangster on Boardwalk Empire?
I
You had to do the Wannabe?
I had to dig back in and try and find something else, I guess.
So you reunite with Martin Scorsese, you've got Nick Sandow writing, directing, doing everything on this. How does this all happen?
It really was just a case of a lot of synchronicity. I mean, I read the script and met Nick through that process, and then several weeks later we're on the set of Boardwalk together, and we agreed to develop it together, and we thought we can get it made and make it something special. And then I tugged on Mr. Scorsese's sleeve to see if he could help out, and his generous, incredibly generous man came on to help us get going, and it all just started coming together that way.
A lot of it's based on a true story. I don't play a mobster. I play an older brother of the lead character who wants to be a mobster. My character is a florist who inherited his father's business, who's trying to really, live a very simple, humble life and trying to keep his brother out of trouble.
This is such a cool version of a mafia movie because it's got a really different twist about it. Talk to me about that twist, because it's not your traditional mobster movie.
No, a lot of it's based on true story, but then a lot of it's Nick's own invention, and there's a whole fantasy element to it. It's like, you'll know, when you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about, because a lot of the movie happens in this character's head and his vision and dreams of what this world is like. So it's definitely its own thing. It's not like anything you've seen before.
This is your night tonight, Nick.
I guess it is,
Congratulations.
yeah.
You wrote, directed, starred. Pretty cool stuff. And you got Scorsese behind you. How does that happen?
How does that happen? Well, we got very lucky. Vincent Piazza, who's a producer on the movie, was working on Boardwalk and had a relationship, and we both were working on it, and was able to get him a script, and he was taken with it and said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "We want to make it," and he said, "I'll exec it." And that's how it happened. Yeah.
It's a cool, true story, and I love the whole John Gotti era because there was really nobody like him in the mob. But there's a cool take on this movie. Talk to me about the inspiration and putting it together and just that storyline.
Yeah, I was fascinated with this couple, this real-life couple, and I just, there was very little information about them, but this idea of how they got from A to Z. That time was very influential in my life, at the early 90s. I was just coming out of the Bronx, hitting Manhattan. So it was big, and I love this idea of an end of an era, and it was. And Gotti was the end of what we know as
the real mobsters.
The real mobsters. So to me, it just was this great cocktail.
What brings you to the New York premiere of The Wannabe?
Nicky Sandow, old friends of mine, he and Johnny V. We worked together many, many years ago. I don't get to see them often enough, and I've kept tabs of what he's doing work-wise and had the opportunity to come down and support it.
What'd you hear about the movie so far?
Well, really good things from Johnny, so I'm anxious to see it, It's good, because I always said about Nick and Johnny and Michael and those guys that I'd gotten to know from New York, they were actors. They weren't Hollywood movie stars. They were really the true artists. And I always gravitated towards that kind of guys that love the art that much and always gave back to it. And it's good to see him getting a shot like this.
So the Orange is the New Black crew coming to support each other tonight. I love you. Natasha, got you.
Well, I love Nick Sandow. And I remember I had a scene in the kitchen with him 2 years ago. And he told me about this movie. And I said, "I will be there, my darling, and we will have a chicken afterwards."
You guys are heading into season 4. How exciting.
We're finished with season 4.
You're done shooting, everything.
We have another week, but we're at the end of season 4.
When you started, did you know this show would become what it's become and you're now finished season 4?
I had a sense about it. I had a sixth sense about it, but you never know. Everything's a roll of the dice. But I felt strongly that the combination of Netflix and Jenji Cohen would be sort of unprecedented and unparalleled, and so it has proven to be.